Welcome to the Jim Show with your host, Jim. I am back home after a full day of driving, and it is wonderful. I probably seemed a little tired yesterday because I was exhausted, but now I'm feeling great. It's great to be back, to be out of the car, to be at a point of relaxation, sitting in the sun, enjoying my much improved backyard after the previous work on that. I'm very excited to get back into the swing of my morning routine and my contemplative time, being alone in nature. Very excited for all of this. There's probably about 4 things that remain constant in the month of June. The entire month is pretty chaotic. It feels like only now has it really come back together. The 4 things that I kept up with were 2 parts of my morning routine. The workout, not always in the morning either, but I did it every day. The workout, the cold shower. I did the cold shower immediately following the workout, so it's kind of one thing. And the daily video and the daily blog post. Those 4 things remained pretty constant, but anything else kind of fell apart, the rest of the stuff that I try to do on a daily basis. So I'm excited to reinvigorate the morning routine, hopefully do the video and the blog in the morning again, and I feel like it goes much better than trying to stuff it in really late at night. Like this may seem totally discombobulated, this particular video, but I feel a lot better making it. So I'm happy about it, even if it's maybe not as useful as other videos. I feel good about this one, so that's important, right? I'm only going to see my preference in this video. My preference is for it to be amazing and useful and full of value for those 21 subscribers that I have, if they actually watch every video. So yeah, I'm excited to be back. Excited to, like I said, I'm gonna go spend some time in nature alone. Go out to Eagle Creek Park. We go there a lot as a family or as a couple and do some hiking, but I definitely feel the urge to go there by myself and do a very like all day long hike. So I think that'll happen this weekend. I'm feeling very strongly about that. I'm also excited to get rid of stuff like KonMari round 2. There's some things that I was having trouble parting with. You know, they were really emotionally heavy. Stuff from my childhood, like old journals and just really old stuff that I feel like now I can part with very easily. It's a story long gone at this point. So that's good. Probably some of the video game stuff can go that they didn't already get rid of. We got rid of a lot of it. Just a lot of stuff I'm ready to part with as well. So I'm really excited. Very positive. Feeling very positive. Something else interesting that I've kind of noticed is that while my diet has been off for a lot of June, as well as my sleep on the various trips that I've been on, my energy and my clarity has been better than I would have expected. Not perfect, not as good as those 3 months of very strict, raw veganism, sticking to my morning routine, and then the water fast at the end of that. Not like that, where I was making really deep breakthroughs and clearing a lot of my past out. But this is definitely a case of mind over matter. Like, diet is really important for getting you to start this process of digging deep into yourself. But I'm gonna say that mindset, your subjective reality, the way you see yourself, matters even more once you get there, if that makes sense. Once you are really comfortable with the whole idea of controlling your frequency and that your beliefs shape your world, I think that that becomes the most powerful asset you have, which makes sense, right? If I'm shaping the whole world, how could I not shape food's effect on my body? That seems like a trivial, aspect of the earth, right, or the whole universe, or however big this thing is that I'm creating. So this is interesting. Obviously, it goes totally against all of objective reality, but I can tell you that it seems to be true based on my experience. I have not been eating the best at all, and yet, still, if I don't tell myself that this food is going to affect me really negatively, then it mostly doesn't. Not to the extent that it did before, because I control this body and how it responds to whatever. That's just how it works, right? This is just my vessel here in this three-dimensional world. I can tell it what I want it to do. Makes sense. So that's an interesting thing that I just kind of noticed over the course of this month of, getting off track. Maybe I'm exactly on the track I need to be on, and in fact, I know that I am, right? That's an experience I had to have this thought right now. Something else that's been interesting that's been happening over the course of the month is I've been having issues pop up at work. And I feel like it's just reminding me that there is this contrast there, that this is not what I'm absolutely supposed to be doing. It's like the universe is just saying, hey, don't get too comfortable in this arrangement. You need to keep on moving forward and moving away from this IT stuff. Because if it was really comfortable and just totally smooth sailing, I could see how I would just keep doing it and maybe stringing it out longer and longer and longer. But these little irritations that keep popping up, unexpectedly popping up, they're just like little pricks to keep me on my feet, keep me moving forward, keep me moving away from this thing that is heavy. So that's also been interesting. Because in a lot of ways, it is a really, really ideal, objective scenario. Is it ideal for my frequency and for the world I want to create and the lifestyle I want to have? No, not at all. But if I was to talk to someone out in society, let's say you're 80% of people, they would say, your situation is amazing. And they would be right. They would be objectively correct, absolutely. And I do have great gratitude for it, and it is amazing. But I also know that it is just a step on a path, right? That makes sense. I recognize it for what it is. I have gratitude for what it is, but I also know that I cannot totally rest on my laurels, so to speak, and just get stuck in that frequency because it is limiting me, right? Just like a social circle. I mean, it is a social circle, right? There's people at work. But just like your social circle outside of work can hold you back. Staying in this, the more that I'm in this job, the more, right, that I'm held back energetically. So those are some thoughts coming out as I've returned home. I'm enjoying a beautiful sunset next to this lake and out in nature in my backyard that is much improved. It's wonderful to be back. I'm very excited for July. It's coming up quickly. And yeah, it's great to be back. I'll see you tomorrow.